solid gold version of that typewriter you like so much. Somebody else thought you'd like another TV and VCR. Well, I can't believe this, they're Peanuts cartoons. Well, what we finally ended up with was this warm, sincere card. And here is, what's his name? Snoopy. Saying, art committee's wonderful. This is marvelous. Happy 75th birthday. Spelled a little wrong. Well, we love you, Pat, Dan, Mike, Jim, Bill, Bob, and Chris, and family. I never knew you could do this sort of. It's personalized. It surely is. Just for you, from your loving family, all the children.
We also have a small little presentation we want to do for you. It comes from each member of the family. And we know that your family is very important to you and that sharing the memories are something that's very important to you. So, you want me to cry? So we put something together to help you remember everything that's significant to each of us. And we're going to start it off with the oldest brother, with Pat.
We are told to write down the story just in case I might forget it. And what page? Anyway, you get the hard copy of this so that just in case you don't remember, you get it in the morning.
This will be yours.
This is the script of a number of your descendants who wanted to tell you things that they remember about all of us, but mostly about you. Anyway, I didn't fill my assignment as well as I was instructed to, but I would like to tell you about so many memories of the first 3/4 of the century. We see an unbowed woman bent over her kitchen table, sorting year after year, decade after decade.
We all got full of them.
Yeah. What is her legacy? Historians reveal that, in fact, the high priestess of a cult holding secret meetings with irregularity. The meetings, not the priestess. Apparently known.
What?
It's a joke.
Meetings held with irregularity.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Apparently known as the Odd Sex Festival. This is thought to have been, with some justification, an early fertility rite.
It worked. It did.
It featured vertical icons and sheathed with hosiery, which appear in some way to have excited the people. Safe socks. The practice spread. The Auld Socks Festival met regularly. Auld as in Auld acquaintance.
Yeah,
we figured it out.
We got it.
And produced for posterity a large burial mound composed of aluminum cans deposited in a shed-like carport.
That's only the beginning. We're like garbage.
Foreigners and relatives alike were brought in from great distances and to shout at old films and contribute cans to the monument. Then of a sudden, all would depart, leaving the priestess with her heaps of aluminum and bills still sorting. Meanwhile, for dozens of years, the Old Farts Festival,
What?
All right. The Old Farts Festival moved regularly from town to town, telling lies about their grandchildren and their medical bills. This ageless priestly class marveled that their children had somehow become members of the Middle Ages, an era that they had scarcely noticed at all. At another generational terminus, the Aug Sox Festival, punch each other for space
Generational terminus.
beneath the docks at the Best Lake. These water babies star in instant replays of dreams available before dinner. Not kinky.
Very organized.
The Alt Sax Festival delivered a heritage of distinctive music and poetry inspired by the echoes of a strong, straight, ebony clarinet. It left artifacts of t-shirts, posters, videos, and blurry photos. Not all professionally produced, which for some reason have still not yet been lost even today. The priestess, some call her queen, is still present at gatherings of the faithful in body and some say even in spirit. She miraculously is attentive to 10 or more rituals at once and beams down affection on her followers. We are so pleased she is here to reside.
They're all like that. Yeah, every one of them just like that, Ron.
Wow.
That's his, you
You just
know.
said ditto.
Yeah. Like you said.
Who's the
Chris. No, Chris is next.
hate to follow that?
Christopher?
Please distinguish.
Where's yours?
Gosh, that's going to be
That's a tough act to
the
follow.
fabulous thing I've ever owned.
My story is a story from a few years ago. I don't know if all of you have heard this. I'm sure Grandma will remember it well. A couple of friends of mine and I came up after halfway through my freshman year of college. One of the first road trips we ever took. We asked Grandma if we could stay here because we were pretty poor at the time and didn't come float for a hotel. Wanted to see Disneyland and Hollywood and all the other good things in LA. Grandma said, sure, of course you can. Slept in the first bedroom, I guess, or wherever. So we get here a little early on Friday evening and Grandma is out shopping or not quite home yet. So we hang out in the driveway waiting for Grandma to get home. And there's the four of us kind of all pretty dirty. Had a long ride, end of a week. None of us really shaved recently, but I needed a shower. And Grandma drives up 2 minutes later and sees all of us standing there. She didn't know any of the other guys except for me. And as she drives up, the windows are down, so we could hear what she and I guess Helen was with you. We could hear what she and Helen were saying, and she drives up, and the first thing we hear is that an earring Chris has got on?
Our little angel.
And then to which Helen replied, and very correctly said, no, that's 2 earrings.
It was a shock, Chris.
It was a shock, I'm sure it was.
Our
But
angel grandson.
But the trip went well. We enjoyed Disneyland, and we had a wonderful time staying here. And
You didn't lose any
Glad
I
you
still got one, yeah. I still have one.
He did borrowed an earring.
Not one of your good ones.
Yeah.
What it was? I can't remember what it
No,
was.
I probably still got it.
Was it the same weekend?
She's asking for it
Oh, is
back.
that?
Yeah,
She's just trying to lead into this, Chris. She'd like it back.
Yeah, this one I've got on is Mom's.
Here, you want one of mine?
Do you have a spare one?
I never knew a man that owned an earring. And my sweet
Well, now you
It
do.
was your first time.
Now
Yeah, but
you
you
do. And
probably
you're
never seen
related
a
to
man that
him.
had long hair when you were a kid either.
No,
The
they-
first time's
they
the
were
most
bad
fun.
guys.
Is that all your story?
That's a good story.
Styles are changing.
Thank heavens, they changed.
Little surprise.
Look at that. Isn't that cute?
Since I go to UCLA, it's very convenient for me to come over to Grandma's, which is great. Although, whenever I come, she beats the pants off of me at cards. So I just sort of have a story here. Looking over my hand of queens and twos, wishing there were kings and sevens, I recount the events that led up to this moment. Well, first of all, there was my bike ride to Marina. This was before the advent of my internal combustion engine. Zooming along the LA streets against the clock to meet my grandmother for lunch. Nobody passed me, not even that slick-looking Italian guy with the shaved legs could beat me. He tried to draft off me for a while, but I was wise to him and blew him away with my own 22-pound piece of Italy. Going through Venice, I may have knocked down a skater. I certainly hit one, but didn't bother to look back. I was a man on a mission. Besides, it said clearly, bikes only. Couldn't she read? Over the river and through the woods, to grandmother's house we go. A little bike riding hoodlum. At El Torito, grandma and I speculate how badly the maître d'hôtel managed to mangle our surname. When he calls out tunely over the PA, we know our table's ready. I narrowly avoid falling into a party of four as my cleats slide across the Mexican tile. I notice that I am by far the sweatiest and most underdressed person there. While I wait for my macho chimichanga to arrive, Grandma shows me a piece of paper marked with a beautiful yet unintelligible script that she says came from Michigan. Then she tells a story I may have heard before, but like all good tales, we get something new out of it every time we hear it. In this case, it may be because there is something new to this story. It seems that this time Mike's imaginary friend is able to grab the bumper of the speeding automobile.
That's really good.
And from there to the homestead, where we play cards until rush hour is over. Looks like I'm losing again. I can't see how that could be, since my discard technique is far superior, in my mind anyway. But the proof is in the pudding, and her pile is shrinking at an alarming rate. She blocks my next move with a wild card. I wonder why she calls this game Spice Malice. Oh, I just love runs like that, she said. And as always, I tell her I'm letting her win because it's impolite to beat the grandmother. I figure I'll drown my sorrows in silver bullets and butterscotch chews. Why is there always Coors White in the fridge anyway? I've never seen Grandma have one. And that can of near beer that Jim put in there years ago isn't near to beer at all, but it may indeed be near its half-life. So why did I come here? Certainly not to be embarrassed at cards by a senior citizen. The free lunch may have played a part, but the real reason is sitting across from me preparing to discard. I came to see that 25% of myself. Her name is Wilna, though I've never called her that. To me, she's Grandma, and as long as I live in this city of angels, she can expect a visit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Chris said he had a tough act to follow. Okay. Greetings, dearest Grandma. It was with great relish and mustard that I, Matthew John Toomey, third son, the cute one, of your first son, celebrate your 75th. Wow, you're as old as Paramount Pictures. Birthday. On this day, we commemorate the 50 years, almost, that you presided as matriarch, zookeeper, and lion tamer of the Toomey family circus. I would like to remind you now of one of your and my favorite stories. The situation. My mom is in Pennsylvania and citing peace. You are taking care of the boys, me, my father, and my brothers. I'm just a little guy, and an escort is required for me to reach my elementary school a whole block away. Luckily, you were there to fend off the evils that lurk on Thornhill Drive. Despite the total lack of sidewalks, we made it to the kindergarten building. Once I was settled at my desk, I watched as you turned to battle your way back to good old 6022. Forward 10 years. The next situation is quite similar. Mom has now moved from Pennsylvania to the Fertile Crescent, but is still provoking non-violence. My brothers are away at college. It's just me and Dad. Da-dum! Oh no! But wait, there's hope. Like a heavenly savior, a flood of motherly intelligence appears on our doorstep. It's Grandma!
Yay!
After cleaning house, expelling evil spirits from the attic, and beating off the dustmen who have taken lodging in the corners of our rooms, she taught me how to make a butterscotch cheese. And to show the worth of her teaching, well, I'll just tell you, the proof is in the pudding. Or the truth.
Alright, dessert.
Took out there.
Dessert. Is there really something interesting?
Around.
let Primo try one just to be safe.
Aaron, you first. Chris.
Primo, Primo.
Give one to that loud kid though in the
Hey.
front row.
Who is that kid?
Stuff a chew in her mouth, will you? Please, please.
Who's
Next,
next?
I tell you,
Mike.
next is,
Oh, you want
Oh,
me to
okay,
finish?
Donna will read.
Juliet,
Will you
yeah,
read mine?
would you mind reading that? Thank you. So close.
you can read his writing.
It's typed.
Hopefully. If it's not type, we can skip it.
No problem.
So from many miles away. While I am included in some of the classic family stories, you should have brought us up better, being left behind in my absence not noticed. My fondest recollections are not so much of particular events, but of the classic near rituals, such as going to the public swimming pool at Sentinel Park, or weekend barbecues with the Lawlers, or of the organized activities such as Boy Scouts and Little League. We, certainly I, had a very happy childhood, strong memories, including receiving a gym set for the backyard, getting a dog for Christmas, and a gang of friends on Westlawn. Perhaps it would be fun to recall some of those earliest trips up to the mountains. I'm thinking of what might have been my first time in the snow, at a cabin which the Westbigs rented up near Lake Arrowhead. I remember Roger helping us on a toboggan run and still have clear impressions of the smell of pine wood burning in the fireplace. If I were there with you folks celebrating Mom's birthday, I'd try to get her to talk about a trip we took by car into Oregon, during which we visited her cousins. What is perhaps too clear in my own mind is that on my first visit to a farm, as I stepped out of the car, I landed in what we call natural fertilizer. Later that day, at what I presume was a very special dinner, and I don't remember whose house, I announced to one and all that I didn't like the venison because it tasted too much like liver. The rebuke I received from Mom was very stern, even if, that time, nonviolent. It's easy to keep up with more fun stories. Maybe I'll end with one in which Mom's role was more directly that of guardian or safekeeper. I had been getting up early that week to be altar boy at the 6:30 a.m. Mass at Visitation, and was biking down to baseball tryouts at Little League when I fainted while on the bike. This time I had a legitimate reason for not remembering much. But what is crystal clear is waking up inside the ambulance and seeing Mom sitting right next to me, her arm resting by my side, chin firmly set, indicating her resolve to protect and care for me. Thus reassured, I went back to sleep. Happy birthday, Mom.
Cameraman.
Highlights.
My props, which are photographs. What I tried to do was find a memory that was just me and you, and that's pretty difficult. In a family of 9. However, I did come up with one that means a lot to me, and maybe only the two of us will recall it. Let's see if you remember this by sight. Well, what I recollect.
Travel, I thought it was.
You may remember this, and those of us that are old enough remember carbon copy and blue.
Oh, yeah.
We got lots of things from mine.
Yeah.
Luckily, I can type.
Yes, and for those of you that were not alive or not part of our family at the time, in 1969 I was lucky enough through some loan from Dan and some guidance from Stan and Letty and my mom and dad and my brother Pat and his wife Juliet, who'd all been to Europe. We're planning on going one summer with Al Fields. And we did it, and Pat's idea probably was, keep a diary, you're going to want to know all this stuff. So the first day was great. I must have had 3 pages worth on the first day. And at the end of 89 days, it was just a name or something important. I was convinced enough, though, to write it out. And I don't have any typing skills today, and I certainly didn't have any then. And the only person I knew that would be willing to do it, pre-computer days, was Mom. Anyway, we did it. It took a long time, and it was a lot of hard work for both of us.
It's a
but
labor of love.
it was just the two of us, right? I thanked you then, I thank you again too. This is only,
Only gonna take
Jim, can you give me a beer? Just before you start.
we're doing pacing, right? That was the long, now the short, okay. Singing?
Don't step on the meat.
What was that? What was that?
Got dark. Hey.
All your paths and goals much higher. Whether in your roles as wife or mother, your life is like no other. Yet like your voice has held the perfect tone, and so our hearts you own. Rather than ramble at great length, I wish to herald a certain strength, truly a most attractive feature, and that is that you are a party creature.
I'll drink that.
From your legend as a girl, through all the parties you have whirled, for adding sparkle to the rest, you truly are the best. With your presence comes celebrations and joy to your relations. And for this special day, a compliment I'd like to pay. I hope, oh yes I do, that I turn out just like you.
Get that shot, get that shot.
Happy 75th year and many birthdays yet to come. I love you.
That was up at West Lake.
Just
I think that was when we had.
Or you know?
Okay, Grandma, mine is on
We don't need
a
it.
Christmas gift that you gave me, which I don't even know if you remember you gave it to me because you have a lot of grandchildren and a lot of Christmases. I'm sure I remember it better than you, but one Christmas, Grandma gave me a little floppy-looking dog named Lamont.
Lamont.
Everything.
Lemon. Lemon.
And so I just wrote a little story.
Kind of noisy down the front row.
I'll speak really loud.
Yeah. Shout out.
The size of the Toomey family forces us to take turns opening gifts at Christmas, a child's worst nightmare. On this particular Christmas morning at camp, I tried to sit patiently and wait to open my last big present, Grandma's gift. After an eternity of boring silk pants and coffee makers, it was my turn. I was handed the big box. Being the only girl grandchild had its advantages. Grandma spoiled me with gifts, and I knew it and loved it. Out of the package that I quickly and savagely ripped open came a funny-looking little floppy stuffed dog. His neck was too thin to hold up his big head, and his arms and legs dangled all over the place. He wasn't your typical plump teddy bear, but his ragdoll look had a little appeal. His name was Lamont, very fitting indeed. That evening, he spent his first night with me, an occurrence that soon became a ritual. He has slept with me in numerous different houses, from California to Maine, and is definitely the most loved of my stuffed toys. I haven't completely outgrown him either. He is the first to be pulled out of my closet when I am in times of emotional need. Only 2 weeks ago, Lamont, looking ragged with his appendages attached to his body by tenuous threads, was dragged along with me once again for comfort. Always willing to try something new, he shared 24 uncomfortable hours in a hospital bed with me. Not even my closest buddies would do that. Thank you, Grandma.
Alright, Shauna.
That poor thing is still alive, huh? You mean Sean too?
Stand up, Sean.
Can you stand up, sir?
Grandma can't see you.
You can put your man's lap if you need it.
Lean it on.
Actually, turn it around so people can see pretty good.
It says, "Dear Grandma, you and me are riding horses, and your horse will not go. Mama had to make it go."
All right.
She had to get down off the horse, lift your Shauna off, and then make that horse move. And that horse would be carrying me.
That wasn't old reject, was it? I thought Dad's horses reject that time.
That was mine. He's got his video.
We all took the assignments.
We
Stepped
volunteered.
up to the plate.
Being a lawyer, I get paid by the words for my
But should we put in another tape?
We typed it, we typed it.
You want to recharge that battery?
Secretary.
It's hard for me to limit myself to just one story about a special memory or event I've shared with Mom. For instance, there was a time she rode the ski bob behind our boat at the ripe young age of 72 or so. Or the time she graciously came down to take care of me, Jody, and the family after the birth of Colin, and I ended up taking her to the emergency room for her heart problems. Or the time she was driving me and a few friends to a baseball game in El Segundo, and she decided to make a U-turn right in front of an ambulance on Sepulveda.
I don't remember that.
Of course, that was one of the few times in history that Fitz was speechless. Or I could tell about the time very recently, I might add, when Mom called me on my own birthday but had no idea it was my special day. I did get to hear all about her new car, however. Or I could talk about the cowbell she rang before dinner. I could even tell one of her many contact lens stories, such as the time she wore 2 lenses in one eye for a few days and couldn't figure out why that darn lens was so uncomfortable. Amazingly, it didn't even affect her vision. I might recall the time when her grandkids got her dressed down out of the attic and she was coaxed by all of us into trying it on, and it still fit after nearly 50 years. Or I could talk about all the good times she has made possible over the last few years at Bass Lake and all the wonderful moments that have come out of those trips. I might even mention the 23,000 times she has called me Pat, the 12,000 times she has called me Mike, or the 4,500 times she has called me both of them.
Or the 10,000 times she's called me Bill.
But I'm not going to get into any of those stories. Instead, I think I'll focus on something that happened to me when I was 14. It's really not much of a story, but it does seem to have a little of everything that makes up our mom. This was in my early baseball playing days, and I was practicing with my team. I got in front of the ball, just like Dad had taught me, and it took a bad hop, hit me in the mouth, and knocked out 2 of my front teeth. I was quite a bloody mess, probably in shock, and pretty wobbly on my feet. My coach gave me a ride home right away and walked me to the front door. I went in the door, and Mom, as usual, was doing some housework, this time vacuuming the living room. She heard me come in, looked up at me, and even though I had a towel covering my mouth, she turned back to her work and said, Bob, Chris, Bill, I'm glad you're home early. You can give me a hand moving this couch. I mumbled something unintelligible to her, and without turning around, she added, hurry up, I want to get this done. Finally, my coach stepped in and told her that we had a little accident and I might need some medical attention. Mom quickly focused in on what had happened and immediately started showing me the motherly compassion and warmth we all grew up with. Of course, having gone through this before with one of my older brothers, she had the necessary experience. The gist of this little story is that to me it really is sort of a microcosm of what Mom is all about. First, it has her slaving away around the house, doing the housework that she was always doing, taking care of the 7 of us plus Dad, without much help and certainly with little thanks. The story also points out the common phenomenon with Mom of her motherly confusion about which of her 7 sons she was dealing with. Finally, as it was always the case, Mom said and did the right thing, making me feel like I was in good hands and going to be okay no matter how sick or sad or hurt I might be. By the way, my story does have a good ending. With my missing teeth, I do match up well with whichever one of my many kids is going through his or her toothless stage, as the picture below shows. I'll show you the picture. Happy 75th birthday, Mom. We love you and hope you have 75 more. Jody, you.
I know it's true. It's all true. And you have your instrument now, Bill?
Pardon?
You have your permanent. I want to examine.
They come out. Or they work.
Well, I could add to this, at the football game where you starred in St. Bernard's, parents were there, and you came up into the stands, which football players never did. And you had your teeth in the Just one. And so we took you home, and Dr. Miller took you to the and more or less fixed it.
I have a
your stories about your 7 sons, and I don't think I ever fully appreciated them until now. And I only have 4 children. Between baseball practice, games, laundry, dinner, school, grocery shopping, gift wrapping, house cleaning, lunch making, toy fixing, mending, which I usually need your advice on, not very good, etc. I just don't know how you did it or do it. When did you have the time to put the threads in the socks? I commend you for your 75 years, in which 50 were filled with being called mom. Have a wonderful birthday.
Okay. Brett, go, Brett.
Let's turn.
Every Christmas, Grandma reads us the story The Night Before Christmas. When she starts to read it, she makes John, Colin, Aaron, and me sit on the couch. She used to read it to my dad. He liked it as much as I do. By now, I think she knows it by heart. It's my favorite part of Christmas Eve.
He wants to show you this.
Wow. He typed it too.
He did type it. He did type it.
On the computer?
Yeah.
On the computer?
No one types on.
We'll get to see it.
They still make.
All right.
I just had mine today.
Come up, Colin.
When I first turned 6, I was afraid of lots of things. Then Grandma Wilma gave me a garden angel. And when I wore it, I wasn't afraid of so much things. Thanks to Grandma, I am not afraid anymore.
Tell her what that is. Tell her what that is.
Go show her what the picture is.
Tell her what it is.
Explain the picture to her.
The dog has a guardian angel. Hey, Brett, you want to read Aaron?
Yeah, he's so bored.
Yeah, he's still got it.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Oh, you got one from Aaron?
Aaron wants me to stand. I'll hold you up.
Brett, let's read.
My grandma is pretty. She has a pretty dress and she loves my whole family. The thing I like best about my grandma is she gives me lots of uncles and aunts and cousins. Here is a picture of all of them.
Oh.
That was dictated to us by Aaron.
Well, sure.
Aaron's idea, right?
Yeah, sure. She drew the picture.
That was real sweet, and it was what you said. Here, give me a kiss. That was nice. Thank you. Gosh, who did all this? Isn't that cute?
Picture of everybody.
In the center of it.
All right,
That
give the book
is
to Bob.
very nice.
Well, I would like to think that I could at least keep up with my siblings, but unfortunately that's not the case. So secondarily, I would like to think that I can keep up with my nephews and nieces, but when you're this far down the line, you know by now that's not going to happen. But I do want to recount a story that only you and I know. But before I do, I could, in thinking of my assignment, recount a lot of different stories, like stories of family outings when, for example, when, I'm sure you remember Bill and Chris kicked out the camper window when we were driving up to the mountain.
No, Chris, wait a second.
You had your turn, this is my turn.
Everybody's version.
That's right. Or stories when you and I were living together after I graduated from college, like the time you found a pile of dirt out in the rumpus room, and I had to point out to you that wasn't dirt, Mom, that was a pile of ants.
Dead ants.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Where's Jim?
Or the numerous stories,
talk about this
grossly exaggerated, of my youth, which we won't get into today because we don't have enough time. But I do have one story that since I've become a parent, I remember probably more vividly than any other, which may be surprising. It's not a great one, but it is one that sticks with me. I was about 5 or 6 at the time, and I was getting ready for bed, brushing my teeth or dilly-dallying, as Dad would say, in the boys' bath. And I decided I wanted to explore the medicine cabinet. And so I had seen for some time my older brothers using the aftershave in Cologne, the medicine cabinet. So I thought I'd check it out. I skipped the shaving ritual and went straight to the aftershave and poured about half the bottle all over my hands and then splashed a whole bunch on my face. And at that point in time decided I didn't like the smell very much. But that was no problem. I just took a towel and wiped it all off. And then I came in here to give you our ritual goodnight kiss. What's that smell? What smell? Have you been into your brother's stuff in the medicine cabinet? No. Are you sure? At that point in time, I was rather indignant, and I said no again, even louder, and I stormed off to bed, mumbling that my own mother didn't even believe me.
Never happened. Never happened.
Well, I lasted about 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes, I couldn't stand it any longer, and I had to come back in here and tell you the truth. Yes, I really did pour most of Jim's aftershave all over my face, and I was sorry. And all you said was, "That's okay. Thanks for telling the truth." And go on back to bed. Looking back on it now, that's a memory that is extremely vivid to me. And I can only hope that I am able to pass along to my children the patience and understanding that you've shown me my whole life. Happy birthday.
I can't believe it.
About 3 years.
Well, it was hard to decide on one favorite moment that we might have shared. I started thinking about it and I came up with a couple. Bobby, can you...
Cut the tape.
Excuse me. First of all, there was a time that Bob and I and you went out to dinner, which we did frequently once I got to know you. And we went to the restaurant, had a nice meal, and we came out and we realized the car was not where we had parked it. And that car had been towed away because we didn't read the sign, and the kicker was it was your car. But you were really calm about it. In fact, you and I went back in and I think we had a drink. Bob had to run into something he knew and took him down to pick up the car, and we got it out of the impound, and we were okay. Another really vivid memory for me is the night that we again went out to dinner and down the marina, and we told you that we were getting married, and you were so excited and happy, and I think a lot relieved. and you turned to our neighboring tables and expressed how you were very happy about it. It really made me feel wonderful. Anyway, well, those memories are significant for me. There's one memory that you probably don't recall, but it was very important to me. And it was when Bob and I had only been dating a few months, and we were going out to dinner. And I was in the back seat, and so our conversation kind of took on some political overtones. And of course, my views at the time were a bit left of Bob's, and
That's easy.
which wasn't easy, which wasn't hard to do, I should say. And so I kind of just shut up, not knowing, of course, where you sat, and I didn't want to get into anything with this woman who I didn't really know. And I was so thrilled when I heard the words coming out of your mouth, and I don't remember to this day what the topic was, but I could have spoken the same words. And it was like all of a sudden I had this, just this window opened up, and I thought, oh, this is wonderful. I love this woman. I love her. And I thought, immediately I thought, well, there's hope for Bob. I have an ally. I have a
Well,
comrade here.
are you still sure?
Yeah.
That's true. That's
It's
true.
so true. But I want to thank you for sharing views and giving me strength to remind Bob at times that there are other views, and I'm happy to report he's changed a lot of his views. He's a lot more on our side. So he's done a good job. to look at. It's on this page, it's to your left. That's from Megan, and that's what she typed on the computer while we were busy doing some work. But the translation is down below.
Can you
Read
describe
the translation, Mom.
Yeah, read it.
Sounds like.
And
My
you gotta
favorite
sit
of
up.
you is to drive me like I love listening to your voice. You really did. You made so many points with me. I also really like sitting on my daddy's lap at the table in our cabin and making faces at and with you. Thank you for being such a nice grandma. Love, Megan. Love, Megan.
Good job. Good job.
Here's your footprint, so we know who it is.
She's already computer literal.
Thank you, Megan.
Yay! Well, mine's entitled Childhood Memories. Well, there I was, kneeling in the mud, weeding through a variety of post-drought vegetation on a recent soggy Saturday morning. I was writing what topic to write about on my first take-home paper assignment in almost 10 years. What story can I think of that reminds me of Mom that either she doesn't remember or doesn't care to repeat anymore? I realize I'm only 32, but either I don't remember much from the early days or Mom has spoiled it for me by repeating all the good stories. But as I was saying, I was covered in dirt, yanking weed after weed with mowing, edging, fertilizing, sweeping, and you name it ahead of me. And it hits me. What memory do I have of Mom that is so totally affected me that it's still with me today? Of course, yard work. What else could Mom influence me with by her constant attention and guidance that could have possibly driven me to the point of kneeling in the mud to pull a couple of puny little weeds? Just so I can point out to my yard to one person who might come by just maybe once a week. But if you think about it, it stuck with all the boys. Pat's deer-resistant yard, Dan's 10-acre yard, though I realize Jeanette seems to be the only one out there mowing the garden. Mike's garden of weeds, which Mom helped maintain by pulling those nasty new flowers out of. Jim's washing machine-fed fruit trees.
That's right.
Bill's child-proof, dog-proof, tennis ball-proof foliage, and Bob's goat-proof fruit tree hillside.
Whoa!
We all seem to take a certain pride in maintaining our yard. I guess I'll never forget that wonderful weekend ritual which would start Saturday mornings with reviewing the list on the refrigerator. Chris mow, Chris edge, Chris water, Chris trim the bougainvillea, Chris clean up by the barrels, Bob supervise.
That's a lie.
Bill must have been off to college already. Now, it's not as if the boys did all the yard work. I have this very distinct memory of Mom sitting in her short pants, her hair wrapped in curlers, covered with that blue scarf we always see in the Turkey Bowl movie, canvassing the front lawn with her trusty black knife and wash bucket pulling the dreaded crabgrass. With all due respect to Dad, I don't remember him getting down his hands. How did he pull that off? But he was always the final inspector. He'd come by and say, "You finished? You sure?" You knew that if you said yes, he'd point out either what you missed or what was next. Good old Mom was out there, though, side by side with us, tending to the azaleas, bird of paradise, camellias, and fuchsias. I don't know what was so special about that Saturday yard work. I sure don't take any pride in doing laundry, cleaning the bathroom, doing nightly dishes, and other chores from the early days. Susan will attest to that. Well, in any event, Mom, thanks for your influence. I can look forward to spending Saturdays for the next 10 to 15 years out in the yard, grinding dirt and mud in my knees in search of that last blade of crabgrass. Or at least until Chris Jr. is old enough to be supervised. No.
Oh, there's more?
I'm the last.
The newest to the family.
Newest.
Oh, you're pretty.
Well, being the newest of the Toomey family members, well, except for Derek and Megan, of course, my stories of Wilna are somewhat limited but very fond in memory. I could not think of a specific story, only flashbacks of moments. From the time we first met in dinner at Old Town, I couldn't believe you ordered a margarita.
Now you know.
It was a double, I think.
To all the wonderful turkey bowls and the shopping trips the day after, the Christmas celebrations, the preparations for our wedding, she finally found a dress, dinner and plays at the Old Globe, Grass Lake vacations, I couldn't believe she wrote that, ski bob, And finally to buying a new car that we almost wrecked before we got it home from the dealer.
We almost wrecked it.
I'm sure most will agree, especially the women, that the best times shared with Wilma are those when the two of you are alone, and with this family it's pretty rare. These are the moments when you share your thoughts and your secrets. I've always felt that, like with my own mom, I can tell Wilma anything. At first, Chris's reaction was, "You said that to my mom?" Now I just don't tell him what we discussed to save him a shot. I've learned a lot from Wilma. I now know how to make gravy, which she taught me last Thanksgiving, but my butterscotch chews will never compare. I think you're an incredible woman, a loving mother, and a good friend.
Dinner might be nice.
I'm just gonna sit here and read this again. Who cares
You
about
might have a
food?
cake there too, Mom.
I'm sure I went on back.
Tape over again.
Beautiful.
You guys were great.
You know, Laker game's on tomorrow. We can cover
Yeah,
it.
we just covered up.
Believe me.
Thanks to Donna for organizing.
Yeah.
All our papers in.
And we made
Or
it.
else.
And she assumed the responsibility.
She wrote them all.
She dictated them.
Yeah, I had to practice mine for a while.
Stood over us on the
These
stick.
were, some of these things like, I don't remember happening.
No.
That's why we
Hard to
did it.
believe, Mom.
Do you care if your
Guess who
youngest
did that?
child breaks your teeth?
What?
Are you at all disappointed if your youngest child breaks your teeth?
Hey, little girl.
Tonight and
That's
you.
okay.
Grandma.
Are
Guess who
one
did that for
talkative
the
kid.
Oh, Brett.
Mom.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Terry is here.
Why? I did it.
Okay.
See that? My old one was getting old. I guess. Mostly I'm proud of see buying it.
To you. Happy birthday.